Hey, what's going on, DDO players? Axel here. So today I wanted to make just a third video just to tie up just everything about the hardcore server. There are a few little things here and there that I didn't mention. There are some breaking things, news things about the hardcore server that the developers basically clarified in post following the one I talked about in my video from last week. And if you guys missed it, I made two videos last week. One talking about the hardcore server, and another one previewing it on Lemania, the preview server. So you might want to check those out as well. But in this video, let's just go through just the various little things that I think a lot of people were asking about, and I myself was wondering about. They definitely clarified some things. So the start date, it starts very soon. It starts on the 16th. So that's Friday this week. That's 4 days from the time I'm recording this video. So very, very soon. And again, you have to be VIP to access it, but it does start very soon. So it'll start on the 16th, and then I guess November 16th it'll end. So that's cool. It'll last 90 days. So, okay, the next thing, the plaque for the leaderboard plaque. So basically what will happen is at the end of the 90 days, the top 100 people on each leaderboard are going to be immortalized in the Hall of Heroes. So you'll be permanently posted in the Hall of Heroes on the main servers. But the thing with that is you have to be alive at the end of the 90 days. So if you're on top of the leaderboard and you die on day 90, then you won't be immortalized in the Hall of Heroes. So just keep that into account. It would be cool if they did another leaderboard that kind of showed the highest achieving characters, period, even if they have died, but it doesn't sound like they're going to do that. Okay, a few other little things. There's some little kind of ways you can get killed that you need to be kind of wary of, like the Shroud, for instance. In Heroic Shroud, there's a part where you have to click on a portal and it transports you to basically the ending area. And when you do that, it kills you as part of the mechanic of the quest. So if you run the Shroud, you actually die like permanently. So if you die on that server for any reason, you're dead. So don't run the Shroud. I guess you could run the first few parts, but of the Shroud, like the first couple sections of the Shroud, but don't run the whole thing. Iconics. So some people were asking about this. Iconics do still have a forced first level. They clarified that. So Iconic, if you start an Iconic, you're still going to get you're still going to start at level 1. You can't go to level 15 or anything on the hardcore server, but you still, like if you run a Purple Dragonite, you're still going to have a forced fighter first level. So just keep that in mind. Although it sounds like you're still going to get your gear, your starter gear, except not until level 15. So that might be an advantage to going Iconic, I guess. Okay, slash death. Someone asked about this, and I actually was curious myself, so I tested it out. If you do slash death, you do still kill yourself. So make sure you don't have someone who's mad at you, having access to your computer while you're AFK or anything, because if you type in slash death, that's it. Your character's done. So don't do that. You can't suicide yourself. Okay, next. They haven't committed to doing this hardcore server for more than the 90 days, and that's something I didn't mention in my first video, and it's something they didn't really mention in their initial post, but at least they weren't clear about it. But they are going to do it one time, and they may or may not do it again. Basically what they're implying here is they want to see what effects it has on the community. They didn't say this outright, but I think what they want here is they want to see if it draws too many people away from the regular servers. If this is a thing where they run this and it kind of makes certain servers barren, they may not want to do it again, or if it just isn't received well and it doesn't get a lot of participation from the players, then they might not bother to do it again if the demand isn't there for it. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, over level farming. This was a big deal because this is something they did not mention in their initial post. But overlevel farming won't be allowed, so there is going to be an overlevel quest entry cap for all quests, so not just Reaper quests, but not just running in Reaper, but period. So once you get over, someone correct me on this, I believe it's 3 levels Once you get more than 3 levels above the base level of the quest, you can't run it, period, at all. So keep that in mind. So that's a good change. I'm glad they're doing that, because then it really prevents people from cheesing the favor leaderboard by just leveling up really safely by just running on normal and then getting to like level 30 and then going back and just easily farming everything, every lower level quest in the game by running way over level on elite. So that's a good change. I'm glad they're doing that. Okay, so this is the big thing, the store. The store is going to be allowed. Now, when I made my last video, I think I was a little naive. I kind of just assumed, and I incorrectly assumed, that they were just monetizing this through trying to get more VIP subs. I was like, well, I just made the dumb assumption, I guess, that, oh, they're doing a competitive leaderboard, or they're doing a competitive server that's permadeath, and the main drive to level is going to be the leaderboards, and there's cosmetics as well, but the leaderboard is going to be a driving thing for this server. So yeah, I thought of course they're going to make it so you can't buy like XP potions to make your Reaper XP go up faster so that you go higher in the leaderboard. But no, that's not the case. They're actually allowing everything in the store except for, it sounds like res cakes won't work if you're dead, but pretty much everything else is going to be allowed. So there is some way this helps you in some ways it doesn't. I think it helps you more if you're going for the Reaper XP leaderboard, because obviously if you take something like an XP pot, that's going to increase your XP. Now it's not going to help as much if you're going for the favor, because things like XP potions, I don't think they're going to have an autos box sale, but it would be pretty cheesy if they had an autos box sale during the hardcore league and you could go back and just power level stuff. But you can't do that, as I already mentioned, because they're putting a level cap on, so you can't run quests way over level. So that does help a lot in terms of reducing the amount of pay to win the store offers, since you have to run stuff near level anyways. So to get favor, you can't really, it's not going to do much for you, especially the XP pots, because if you're going for favor and you want max favor in every quest in the game as you level up, and you'll have to hit them as you level up, you can't go back later, because again, the level cap, you're going to probably get a lot more XP than you're going to need to level. So really XP pots won't really help you on the favor leaderboard, although there certainly are things in the store like, say, spell point potions, healing potions, things like that can help you stay alive better. But I think the main thing that's really you'll be able to really help yourself with in the store is buying like XP pots and stuff to increase your Reaper XP for the Reaper XP boards. So yeah, that's disappointing for me, just because I've seen a lot of divide in the community. Some people don't like it, some people like it. I fall on the side of I'm not a fan, simply because while I don't really care what someone else does with their money, the problem here is the whole point of this server, as I saw it, was to have leaderboards, make it a competitive thing. DDO normally is a player versus enemy game, PvE game. But in this server, the whole point of the server, I know there's cosmetic rewards, but the way I see it, it's called hardcore. The whole point is supposed to be the leaderboards, I thought. So it doesn't make sense when you have things you can buy for real money from the store that make it so you can get a higher number on like the Reaper leaderboard, for example, by buying XP potions. So I'm not a fan. So this did drop my enthusiasm from like an 8 to maybe like a 5, just because to me it takes away from the whole point. Like the leaderboards to me don't really mean much now. Yeah, you still have to play well. You obviously still have to play very well. You still have to stay alive. Things like XP potions aren't going to help you stay alive, but it still gives an advantage to players that are buying stuff from the store. And when it's a competitive environment, which the leaderboards are, it just undermines the whole purpose of the leaderboards themselves. So I'm not a fan. I understand they have to make money, but I would rather have seen them monetize this in a different way. So for example, I would rather them just say, maybe offer it like a season pass, a hardcore season pass. So maybe $30 for premium, $15 for VIP, something like that everyone has to just pay that flat amount, and then you get access to the hardcore server for 90 days. I think that would be fair. and then they could close the store to anything except for cosmetics. I think that would be fair. That's what I would like to see. That would certainly keep the server much. It would make it fair in terms of a competition aspect. It would make the leaderboards actually be 100% pure in that they reflect, the actual skill, and no one had any advantage at all in terms of buying stuff. So disappointing for me because it does take away from it some. For now, I'm thinking I might just try as a personal challenge to get up to level 20, just to get just because it would be a challenge, and I might have in the Reaper pet. Because it does look really cool. If you want to see the Reaper pet, this is what it looks like. It looks pretty awesome. There's also the 1750, which is a cosmetic eyes. Here's what those look like. They look pretty cool as well. So yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, one more thing. They did clarify this. There's going to be the character transfers. So you can transfer your character off the server if it dies, and it's going to be free. So my assumption is that this is only a thing that you can do at the end of the season. I believe they posted that somewhere. So just keep that in mind. You will, in some extent, be able to transfer your characters that die to the regular server if you want to. So yeah, guys, that's my whole, I guess, spiel on the store being allowed and all these other updates. So yeah, let me know what you think. Are you still interested? That's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Take care.